for MotoHop on Air.
Welcome to episode 34.
34. Tonight I went to the grocery store.
I was going to go with hopefully it's not a bore.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Yeah.
Also true.
We were recording this Wednesday, August 13th at 10:15 p.m.
Yay.
Right on time.
Yay. You seem to have a lot more pep in your step tonight than I do.
Well, because a couple hours ago I realized that if I continued on the tasks I was working on, we were not getting to the podcast.
So then you pepped?
So I diverted. And I haven't wasted much energy on
things that needed done.
Yeah. Essentially. Yeah.
I just feel tired and the world is sad. People keep dying.
Yeah.
But anyways.
On a lighter note.
I can tell you more about that later.
Yeah. What's in your cup?
The other day, I bought you a Snapple drink impulsively at the grocery store because it flaunted the fact it was light and refreshing. And the funny thing about it is, I think there was still 25 grams of sugar in the bottle, but they're like
refreshing,
right? But they're like, well, it's not bad compared to our other drinks that have 45.
Oh, yeah,
and I was like
a Snapple apple.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what they compared it against, was a Snapple apple. And they're like, but that's worse. So this is great. And I was like, well, way to use your own products.
I will say, though, if anyone listening to this has never had a Snapple apple, go get one.
Yeah.
Just experience it one time.
You should.
It's kind of
make one of your mixed drinks, put some Fireball in that or something.
Oh, we should.
That would be a good winter drink. I wonder if you could warm it up and it would still taste good, if it's one of those things that's like... Probably,
but it's less cider and it just tastes like a liquid apple.
It tastes like what you think an apple tastes like.
Yes.
Like it's a real mind game. I mean, you shouldn't probably... It's probably healthier to drink apple cider, like to drink real apple juice.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. But the taste profile is quite mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So this is it's called Snapple Earth Cherry and Fig Black Tea. And
it's a cool shade of purplish.
Because
plum.
Fig, probably.
Yeah.
I can't leave anything alone. I was like, I'm going to add a little bit of water. I wanted more volume without all the sugar. And then I added some, what are they called? True Lime packets.
Okay.
So it's not as sweet.
So we're really doctored up now.
Yeah, it's got some zip to it. Do you want to try it?
Yeah. Have you tried it?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I think it's good. I don't know if it's something I would crave, but the lime packets always cut the sweetness down and give it a little bit of I don't want to say texture. It's just got a zip to it.
No, you have a good limeade thing going on there.
Lime is underrated.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, lime cherry is always a good idea.
Yeah, love me some limeade.
You only have 2 drinks today. Water and tiki. And that is the reason I was in the grocery store tonight.
Yes, it is. Thank you for your efforts.
On a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
For, what's it called?
Malibu Black?
Nope, found that real easy. The other one. Humex. You know what it sounds like?
What?
Oh, isn't there a Neosporin or something that's really similar in name?
I have no idea.
Oh, man. It doesn't sound like a drink name, but I think it's... When I asked a Giant Eagle where I should look, the lady suggested the international aisle because...
Yes, it's Mexican.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't realize that. I was like, oh, that's a really good idea.
That is why it is spelled with a J and pronounced with an H.
I guess.
Like Jose.
I feel like we're probably killing it with the X on the end, though. Maybe it's... What did you say it's called?
I'm going with Humex.
Maybe it's Humo.
I don't think so. But maybe.
Okay.
But
maybe
do you remember? So this is from Scooter Dan.
Oh, we should ask your stepmom. She would know.
Oh, how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Sure, we will. Yeah. Do you remember what Scooter Dan called this?
No.
So he was making these at Vintage Days, and they were quite delicious. Okay. And he called it a liquid vacation. So it is. His variation was 2 parts of the Humex strawberry and banana nectar, 1 part Malibu Black. I modified slightly and added in the V8 strawberry banana, a little bit of that to bring a little more fruit to it.
Yeah. So, add a little bit of health to that tiki drink.
Still good.
Still good.
Yeah, still good.
It wasn't an environmental thing that it just tasted good while we were there?
No, I think nice little subtle coconut in there, some rum.
Tastes like...
Like what?
Something I feel like I've had before. It tastes very smoothie-ish.
Sunscreen and fruit drinks?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's
That's
sunscreen.
pretty much what it tastes like. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that is interesting. I think my favorite thing, though, and I feel like we need to take a picture to post it somewhere when you release this, is the tiki mug you felt necessary to dig out, regardless of the fact that no one but me is going to see you.
But it's a tiki drink.
Yes, and I don't think we've ever put tiki drinks in those tiki mugs.
I'm going to take a picture now.
Okay.
We're doing this. Yeah, I've put tiki drinks in the tiki mugs.
Oh yeah,
before.
we did have painkillers or something. Was your like hyperfixation drink for a short time last year?
Yeah, smile. There we go. Oh.
Ooh.
Let's refocus.
Oh gosh, this is great content.
Yes, it is. Okay, picture done.
Thank goodness.
Drink delicious. Thank you, Dan. Much appreciated.
We appreciate anything that only has 2 ingredients.
Yeah. So, last weekend, finally, D-Mid Ohio'd the motorhome.
And by last weekend, you mean 2-3 days ago?
Yes, this past weekend.
Well, I didn't know if people would know like what day of the week it is. It sounds like it was forever ago.
That occurred
but it's only Wednesday, so it was like just the other day.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yes, the weekend that occurred between the last podcast and this podcast.
Okay, calm down.
Fair enough. Yeah, finally got around to pumping the tanks out and doing the freshwater tank sanitizing treatment that I wanted to do before we went to Mid-Ohio.
We definitely wouldn't have had time to do that before we went. That was extensive.
Yeah, it took so long just because we don't have... The way it's set up, there's not really a good way to get water out of the freshwater tank other than using the pump.
Oh, I never would have thought of that.
So I have to wait for the pump to pump it all out. And it says it's rated for 3 gallons per minute. And I don't think it pumps 3 gallons a minute. I think it pumps more like a gallon to a gallon and a half a minute at 40 gallons.
You have that filter on it too. That probably slows down the process a little bit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the filter was there when we bought it. But,
No, I mean the filter on the hose to fill it back up.
The filling the tank is not the issue. It's the draining the tank that takes so long. It only takes from empty to full like 7-8 minutes to fill the tank.
Yeah.
But it feels like it takes about 40 to empty it.
Did you try turning the shower on?
I had the shower, the bathroom sink, the kitchen sink, and occasionally the outside faucet all running.
Wild.
But there's just like a maximum throughput of what the water pump can do.
Yeah.
Right?
I forget that it doesn't just like gravity feed out.
Well, because other than the outside faucet, everything else is higher than the freshwater tank. So.
Valid.
But yeah, it was quite the process.
I mean, I still need to go through and wipe things down again.
Yeah.
Because they were good enough when we left. It wasn't nearly as dusty this year. It wasn't that bad. But I went through and had vacuumed it, had our nephew Swiffer it, and the attention of a 10-year-old was...
I don't think I've ever met someone in my life so excited to sleep in a camper, though.
I was just surprised at how he was so excited he didn't even want to take the time to Swiffer the floor. Like,
no.
I mean, there's like 10 square feet of area in there, and he was just like, am I done? I'm like, dude, it's going to take you like 30 seconds to do this. I believe in you. And then I had to show him like, okay, so like now the pad is dirty on the Swiffer. I don't know if he's ever Swiffered before.
No.
Oh, we got to switch it out. Oh, we have to do it again. Well, you walk around in here barefoot or with your white socks on, like, yes, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the good thing was that he was excited to change the bedding in the loft, which sucks to get up there as a full-grown human and try to get that up there. And then I realized we only had one fitted sheet for that mattress, but he doesn't care. He slept on a non-fitted sheet.
Yeah. Did we ever confirm whether or not he So there's a smart TV up in the loft the previous owner put up there, and we've never really used it. And he was like trying to.
I don't think he got it running. He was waiting for it to update.
Yeah.
Like all night, and then the way that he speaks is.
Then he passed out for like 12 hours.
Yeah, he doesn't really think in full sentences. I think he was so excited he was like skipping around in his thoughts. Mm-hmm. I thought he said he got it up and running, and then he said it restarted again, and he was like determined. He's like, I gotta fix it. I gotta set it up. And I was like, dude, no, you need to let it go because you're already in the house watching YouTube. You don't need to go back out there.
But he could be watching YouTube in the camper.
I know. And he was like,
I don't understand.
I was like, well, I just don't think he has enough internet out there. He's like, it says 2 bars. And I'm like, yeah, but that might not be a full 2 bars. That's not like a good 2 bars. No, he was not.
I hooked it. I had him hook it up off the garage repeater. Oh. So it would be fine. But
he didn't need to know that. He was okay. But that's okay. If we want to know if he wants to set it up, I've never been that determined to set anything up in my life. So his zest for finishing projects I didn't want to start is welcomed.
Yeah.
But maybe the next one to sleep in it again if he gets his way. Yeah. I haven't even taken the bedding out. I figured I'd leave it in there in case he sleeps in there again.
Yeah. He'd probably come sleep in it every night for the rest of eternity if he could.
Yeah. Well, the way I explained it to your sister, if you think about it, though, it's just a playhouse. Like, who didn't have like he doesn't have a tree house or a playhouse or anything right now. And it's like a little bit private, which is probably like any kid's dream to feel like even partial adult.
Yeah.
That he can go out there and just be a little bit disconnected. He did finally forget that he didn't have his iPad, which was cool. But in the end, it probably wouldn't have been a horrible thing if he would have had it. But next time he can bring it. I don't really care.
Yeah. But that's what kind of motivated the mid-Ohioing of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that tank sanitizing process.
Woof.
I had 5 or 6 fill and dumps on the freshwater tank to get through that. I think it was 5.
You just dumped it into the septic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, at least that's done. So we don't need to, if we have to winterize it in a few months, is that ready to go-ish?
Yeah. Just pump antifreeze through it.
Okay.
I feel like we should use it in some capacity, even if we just go hang out there for a night.
Well, you use it all winter long. You just don't run the water.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can tell him that, too. If there's ever a warm night, come on over, we'll just turn the heat on.
Yeah.
Just can't use the bathroom.
Yeah. Let's see what else happened. Oh, after the last podcast, I went up to Cleveland for the ClevelandMoto podcast.
What day did we podcast last week? Was
Wednesday. And then I went up Thursday.
So 24 hours later, you just couldn't get enough podcasting and had to go do it again.
Yeah, I forget. I meant to look. I think we went for almost 3 hours.
Probably. I think I listened to 1 and I fell asleep.
Thanks.
I pulled a Johnny Mac.
Johnny Mac did not fall asleep.
It's okay. Sometimes he does. I was just embracing my
2 hours, 42 minutes. Not including
that's pretty average
chit
for them,
chat before and after.
Yeah, that was good for them.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Was it what you expected?
That and more.
Is it different? How is it different than our basement? Was just obviously very different. I feel like.
Well, the biggest difference is craft services.
Oh, you get your catering food.
I will say tonight I did get sushi ahead of the podcast, thanks to you.
Oh my goodness! What everyone didn't see is me rolling my eyes.
But we had pulled pork, potatoes, cake, cantaloupe. I think there was cantaloupe wrapped with prosciutto.
Oh,
yeah, like
that's pretty cool.
Quite the spread. Yeah.
We can invite your mom over before we podcast. She'll do the whole spread as well.
There we go.
Sounds like she'd be like
really into that.
Oh my gosh! It's almost not worth it for me and you. But if you had ever had a guest on and felt like you needed to like wine and dine them, you could just
mom can do one.
We'll just do takeouts from a restaurant or something. Charcuterie boards.
Charcuterie boards. Yeah. Yeah, but no, it was a great time. I always enjoy hanging out with everyone from the ClevelandMoto group.
It was a good night for you to go because there wasn't a ton of people on there.
Yeah, well, and it was one of the few times that my life synced up of knowing I could get out early enough on a Thursday to drive up there.
Mm-hmm.
2, it was also warm enough and there was no rain in the forecast, so I could ride a bike up, which I feel is part of the experience, but
makes me nervous because I knew you would be gone mostly at night.
Yeah.
How was your ride back?
Oh, it was interesting. It was interesting. I had started typing it out and I was going to make a post in the ClevelandMoto group. And I was like, I don't know if it's going to come across the same way. But whenever the next morning I told you, I was like, I really need to start running a camera just to capture some of the crazy stuff I see.
Well, in case you did get in an accident, everyone always blames the motorcyclist, but it's like, and make sure you have your speed on the camera too, I think would be interesting. Everyone is always just assume, they're probably speeding. Oh, it was probably the motorcyclist's fault. But
I mean, if it came down to it, you could calculate it from the frame rate and like distant markers.
Yeah, it'd be easier if you didn't have to do that. But if you decided to upload it to YouTube or something like that, you'd have it all proof right there that car drivers are just, I don't want to say as awful, but equally as awful as people assume motorcycle drivers are. The difference is they do it with more confidence and can get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, the difference between messing up on a motorcycle and messing up in a car is like several thousand pounds of steel, right?
Well, and some barriers between you and the road.
Well, yeah, I mean the consequences for the other people, right?
Yeah.
Like if I hit someone on a bike, the heaviest you're going to get, 800 pounds maybe, unless you get some real crazy bikes. Most bikes are in the kind of like 400 to 600
I don't think about the impact of vehicles. I think about the effect of the drivers.
I know, but what I'm saying is if I make a mistake as a driver on a bike, that is a, let's say, 600-pound consequence. If someone is in a truck and makes a mistake or is not paying attention, they're not hitting me with a 600-pound consequence. They're hitting me with a 3, 4, 5,000 pounds.
But if you're on a bike for either instance, either way, you're not protected. Yeah, to you, I feel like the effects could be of equal severity to an extent, regardless of what you're being hit with. It throws your bike out from underneath you.
Sure.
What's going to happen is going to happen.
Yeah, the difference is whether or not I'm crushed by a 5,000-pound truck.
Yeah, I guess. In my scenario, your body was just flying. I wasn't seeing you getting run over.
Yeah. But the first one was a car that, this will probably bore a lot of motorcyclists because we see this stuff all the time. But it was just the sequence of events of like the first one was the car that could barely hold its lane, wasn't using blinkers correctly. Then I tried to pass it. They blocked me. I don't know if it was intentional or not. They did that a couple times. And then at that point, I'm like, I'm just going to ride behind them, even though we're doing 15 below the speed limit on, I think we're on 480.
Ooh.
And then eventually like a construction truck pulled on and got in front of them, which gave me like a gap to get around them.
Sheesh.
So then I caught up to another car that, I watched. They really couldn't hold a lane. So I wasn't. Here's the thing: is you're
driving home at like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was like 12:31.
Not a good hour because that's like.
But it's on a Thursday.
It doesn't matter.
But the white car was not holding their lane well, and we're in a 2-lane construction zone, and I see lights coming up fast behind us. So I move over to the right part of the right lane, so lane position 3 of the right lane, and the lights flying up is a cop. As the cop passes me, the white car in front of me is swerving into the left lane again and simultaneously almost cuts off and sideswipes the cop. And I'm like, oh, cool. He's going to get him. No, cop passes him.
Jeez.
A few hundred yards later, pulls him behind another cop who I'm pretty sure is on a DUI stop at a rest area. So right after this, a Jeep catches up to us, is tailgating the white car because we've now gone from 2 lanes down to 1 lane. Oh, and I almost forgot this part. The Jeep decides that he's going to pass me when we have 1 1/4 lanes left, as as we're reducing from 2 lanes down to 1 lane. And I guess lucky for both of us, I'm paying attention, right? So he's tailgating the white car, manages to drop his passenger side tires off the asphalt into the soft shoulder. I'm pretty sure scrapes the guardrail.
Oh my gosh.
And at this point, we're now going back up to 2 lanes, and he passes the white car and
zooms off.
Yeah, takes off at probably 20 over.
What a mess.
It was quite an experience on the ride home.
Yeah, I don't like hearing that necessarily.
Yeah, I figured not, but I wasn't going to bring it up until you brought it up. I kind of forgot about it already. But yeah, ClevelandMoto visit was great. Go listen to it. I didn't check. They're probably recording tomorrow. They've been doing YouTube lives. It's pretty cool. Go hop in the chat, hang out with them.
I did that.
You did. That was fun.
I need to change my name to something cooler, though. I need a better screen name. But they're the only people I ever watch or do anything comment on, so
yeah,
it's fine. And Royal Alloy?
Yeah, so I've been kind of just working through stuff in the garage. Got the Facebook algorithm tuned in on the MotoHop account.
Yeah.
Found out that there's a Royal Alloy Owners USA group, which did not
How many
exist.
members?
I don't know. I don't look at these things.
Okay.
I'll pull it up while we
just
talk.
assume it's all valid? You just didn't do any fact checking of where is it located?
On Facebook.
Oh,
It's
I was thinking
Facebook
like a meetup
group.
type thing.
No. It's just, so I'll say this. I prefer a traditional internet forum, but they're all dying and being replaced with Facebook groups that have horrendous search functionality. And because of the, just between the search functionality and not having like threads and category organization like a normal forum, it's so hard to surface information in the Facebook group sometimes. So you see so much repetition of the same topic being talked about over and over and over again, which you go through a bit in forums, but the information is just more organized, at least in my opinion, in a traditional internet forum.
Yeah, but they're not all in one spot. In Facebook, everything's in one spot. So people only have to go to one spot to go check out.
Sure. But was excited to find the Royal Alloy USA Facebook group because I don't think any of that existed whenever I first got the bike.
So how many members?
If it did, I was oblivious. Apparently 3,500.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, about 3,500 members.
Worldwide, essentially.
Well, it's specifically the USA one.
Oh.
Because there is an international one. The problem is the USA bikes are specific to USA. Like the GT150 doesn't exist, as far as I'm aware of, in Europe. Because the GT150 in the USA is really closer to the Grand Prix models in Europe, but they didn't have a 150. They had a 125.
So you found anything cool in there?
Yeah. So a bunch of just guys figuring out the cheap ways to make power on these things, kind of best practices. So just ran down some links, ordered a new carburetor for it. I'd been playing around with variator sliders and rollers of different weights, and kind of found some feedback of what everyone thought was the go-to weight, depending on, how much you weigh, because how much you weigh affects the acceleration on the bike,
sure.
Right? So ordered some new variator sliders, new carburetor, ordered an exhaust. Don't know if it's going to work.
You ordered one.
I ordered a cheap one that was in the U.S.
Why didn't you like your current one?
What do you mean?
What's wrong with your current exhaust?
The stock one?
Yeah.
It's restrictive.
Oh, so you could go faster with the new one.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep. So, found one on eBay that it looked like someone else kind of modified and made it work. We'll see if it's a big pain. I might not do it. There's a gentleman. Well, I guess it might be more than one guy. I think it's one guy, at least primarily, who runs PM Tuning, which is out of the UK. They've got exhausts for these bikes now. but I don't know, between the exchange rate not being in my favor and tariffs, I don't know if I'm going to order that exhaust right now. Probably going to wait. Let's see what happens. And replace the battery.
Yeah, was that going to catch fire in our garage?
Well, it certainly didn't look healthy when I pulled it out.
Now I saw you set it outside the garage. Is that safe enough?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine now. The reason it looks so bad, so the battery wasn't holding a charge. So the one charger I have has like a pulse repair where it just doesn't care what voltage it sees in the battery. It just throws current at it and pulses. And it'll pulse on for a bit and then off and then on and off. And apparently I probably left it on a little too long. And
is that what created the waves, or is that just the nature of the battery?
The waves are from the heat because it overheated
so it literally
the
almost
battery.
Melted.
Oh, no, it did melt. That's why the top of it's deformed.
Oh, my gosh. So when do you decide? Is it T-1 exploded battery that you have had too many bikes to keep up with? Like, I feel like once you can't keep track of the maintenance is when you have too many.
The issue with the Royal Alloy was I never got around to putting a battery tender lead on it because the way the battery was mounted up underneath the front. And I really should have. And I didn't. And it's a pain to charge it because of where it's at. And I certainly didn't want to have to pull it out to charge it and then put it back in. So I charged it in place. And I can't really see the battery when it's in the bike because of where it's located. So I had no idea that it was getting hot and deforming itself.
So what are we going to change about this moving forward?
We're going to
we learn?
We put a new battery in it, and the battery... Actually, the battery tender lead should have been here today. It didn't come.
From Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I was going to put a battery tender lead on it. That way I could charge it in the off-season. And not have to put a new battery in it again. Although that battery is... When did we get the Royal Alloy?
It's 22? Been a few years.
Yeah, 3 years on a battery? It's not too bad.
I don't think you feel like you've ridden it that much, though.
No, so... Part of me chasing some upgrades is to pull a little more power out of it.
Okay.
Because it felt substantially down compared to the Scarabeo. The Scarabeo is kind of its own. The
Scarabeo made it look bad? You probably didn't think of that until you had something bigger or faster.
Yeah, like I knew the reason why I was playing with variator weights is, just trying to find its happy place to be able to do like 45, 50 mile an hour roads confidently, right?
You can't do that?
It can, but like it doesn't hold speed up hills well. Like it is.
Where's the furthest you've gone with that bike?
Not very far. So this is what I was getting to.
Okay.
I was looking. Now, I don't know exactly where I'm at. 400 and some miles on the Rattler so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're almost to the 500 mile for the break-in period. How many miles do you think are on the Royal Alloy?
250.
No, more than that.
Oh, 375.
It was like 638 when I pulled it out the other day.
Yeah, you've had it for years as compared to weeks.
Yeah, I just haven't ridden it as far. Just, I think purely because it's like the Rattler I knew, while it still isn't as fast as the Scarabeo, I know it has enough oomph that it can kind of do whatever I want.
Is that science? Oomph?
Yes, oomph. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it can do short interstate, like highway hops, like 65, It doesn't quite want to do 70.
How many cc's is the Rattler?
169.
Oh, so it's 19 more?
Yes, but it's fuel lighter. Injected, and it, I think, has a higher compression ratio than the Royal Alloy.
And it's lighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
It also has... I need to double check, because I just keep putting fuel in the Rattler whenever the fuel gauge says it's low.
Mm-hmm.
And it only ever really takes about a gallon. Now, it very well could have a really goofy gauge like the Vulcan. The Vulcan has like a 5.3 gallon tank, and everyone does like a resistor modification
5 gallons is big.
Yeah. But in stock form, it'll basically tell you it's empty at like 2.5 gallons. Right. So everyone like modifies the sensor readout to try and get it to read a little lower, but
to read accurately,
closer to accurate, right?
Yeah.
You can kind of choose how much fuel you want to have left when you do that.
Yeah.
And, when the low fuel light comes on. So I think mine comes on at like 1.5 gallons-ish left.
So that's still like 100 miles, isn't it? Or
yeah,
no?
It's like 50 miles to the gallon.
Oh, okay. So not quite, but
75, whatever. The Royal Alloy, though, I took out the other night and was riding it, right? And I stopped to get fuel on the way home. And I wasn't like to the flashing empty. I was down to like the last bar of the fuel gauge.
Okay.
It took 2 gallons.
Oh.
So apparently I either forgot that it had a big fuel tank or it's just...
Is that not in the owner's manual?
It's somewhere. I just haven't looked it up. I haven't really cared that much. I just thought it was a interesting observation, the difference in fuel capacity between the two of them. But, oh, come on, Apple. I'm not trying to do updates right now. My iPad's freaking out.
Because you only open it once a week.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, just trying to do some upgrades, get a little more power in the Royal Alloy to be able to enjoy it a little more. I think what really kind of stalled me out on it was when I bought it, signs were not promising that we were ever going to get the 300 in the States. So I was like, well, might as well just get the 150 because it's probably all we're ever going to get.
Came to the States like a few months later, didn't it?
Yeah, it was like the next year because we got that in the fall.
Yeah.
It was like the next year the 300 came to the States.
Would you consider doing some sort of swap to upgrade?
Well, so I thought about it for a while. The Royal Alloy GT150, by the way, has 2.774 gallon fuel capacity.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. So I thought about that.
I knew you wanted it.
And for a while, I was really leaning that direction. But I've also kind of come around on the idea of, not that it's ever going to be super duper, well, that's wrong.
Are you AI in something?
No, the Google AI answer is wrong, though. Real quick, the Rattler has a 1.56 gallon fuel capacity. According to the Google results up at the top, it says 5.891.
Holy moly.
Yeah, no. Yeah, 1.56. So about half the fuel capacity of the Royal Alloy. Anyways, because they have stopped importing the GT150 in the States, it is in a weird spot because if they don't ever import anymore, it's not like it's going to be a Vincent Black Shadow or anything, but it's going to be kind of a special bike because we didn't get them for very long. The downside is it's like any short production run bike. Luckily, there's not a lot of parts specific to it. Like all of the body is identical to the 300. It's really just the engine. And the engine, for the most part, is just a GY6. I think it's the QMJ 57 QMJ, whatever the 150 normal 150 GY6 engine is. So it shouldn't be super difficult to get parts for anything over its life. But as of right now, we're modifying the Royal Alloy, seeing if we can get it to do more like Rattler. The Royal Yeah, go from there.
Okay.
What did I have next on here? Oh, the Rattler, though. I ordered some. I've tried. I forget what bike I tried ride on in before. Then I tried Sahara. They make tire sealants that also act like balancers. And I ordered some ride on for the Rattler. I'm going to do both wheels, but the front wheel, really bad vibration that comes in around 45, 50 miles an hour. Just feels like the front end of the bike wants to just pogo stick off.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not comfortable. It's tolerable. It's just not comfortable. So, and then last thing before we get into the news here, I'll make this quick because we're like already 40 minutes in. As I've been trying to take advantage of the riding weather lately, I've noticed a change in my thought process on lane positioning. So everyone's got their own personal beliefs to some extent. The kind of widely held, agreed upon stuff is lane position 1 kind of maximizes your visibility. If you don't know this, in the U.S., we're driving on the right-hand side of the road.
Yes,
starting from the double yellow.
Yeah.
Right? Or the center line.
Mm-hmm.
The first third of that lane is going to be lane position 1. The middle third is lane position 2. The right third, which then would butt up against the edge line, would be lane position 3.
It's like, do you want an aisle seat or a window seat?
Yeah. So lane position 2 gives you, obviously cushioning to both edge lines. Downside is you're riding down the middle of the tire tracks where everyone's oil and everything else is leaking out of their cars, right? That. So you typically target the tire tracks in lane position 1 or lane position 3.
So you're like lane 1.5.
Well, so I've been leaning more towards, like
2.5.
No, but like I guess it depends on how we're splitting it, but riding the line almost between 1 and 2, right? Because, and I know it's almost a cliche to say, but people on their phones, the amount of people that I just see on a daily basis, whether I'm on a bike or a car, that are like on the double yellow or like a tire past it, just because they're not looking at the road for a split second.
Yeah.
I was very much one who would ride the left side of lane position 1 because I wanted as much visibility down the road. And
yeah, but you're also
of me
putting yourself
as well, right?
At the most risk.
Correct.
For the drifters.
Yeah. So I've definitely changed a bit on where I'm positioning myself, excluding other factors. If I'm just by myself, open road, definitely favoring a bit more towards the right side of lane position 1 or very left edge of 2. So if anyone has strong feelings on this, wants to share your opinion, how you prefer to ride, Instagram it, email it, podcast it.
You can email it as long as you don't anticipate a response.
I'm giving you access. As soon as we're done, I'm going to set it up.
I'm ready.
You are now responsible to respond to emails as much as I am.
And it will get done. I like people.
Podcast at motohop.co if I can talk.
Will be answered by Missy.
Or go to the website and there's a form at the bottom. At least I think there is. Is there still? I guess I should double check that real quick.
I never really thought about how much energy you'd put into like lane preference.
Well, if you're trying not to die. Yep, there's still a form at the bottom of the website.
Thank goodness.
Yep. All right.
On to the next thing.
Recalls. BMW has a recall for 2025 model years of the F800GS, F900GS, R1300GS, R1300GS Adventure, the S1000R, the S1000RR, and the K1600 GT. Specifically ones equipped with the e-call or emergency call system, because they may have been inadvertently deactivated due to an error with the data set and the provisioning backend system. Basically, there was a software update that messed up.
Jeez.
And the e-call function, which from the sounds of it, calls if you're in an accident, is not functioning. Now, the interesting part is while it covers a lot of models, the estimate on the Part 573 safety recall report thinks it only affects about 33 bikes, but it's 100% of those 33 bikes. So, for example, the F900GS, they think it potentially involves about 2 bikes made between March 25th, 2025 and April 1st, 2025. So they at least very low exposure on this one. But as always, if you have one of those models, go double check your VIN on the NHTSA .gov website. Then we also have, and I don't exactly understand this one completely, why there's a model year split here, but the 2020 Suzuki GSX S1000S, also known as the Katana, the 2024 Suzuki Katana, and then the 2020 through 2025 Suzuki V-Strom 1050, also known as the DL 1050. Maybe I'm just not versed on Katana. Maybe they didn't make a 21, 22, or 23 Katana. It's very possible. But how we only have the 2020 and the 2024, I'm not sure. But they are being recalled because of their headlight. It is too bright.
How do they judge that? Like the lumens?
So they have to measure. It's the candela. Different than lumens. Candela focuses more on like light concentration. So apparently there's like an issue with the reflector.
I wonder how like that got flagged. Because obviously that's something that only affects people that aren't on the bike.
Yeah.
And those people are never going to complain about too bright.
Well, let's read down here. But basically there's a protective tape that was applied to prevent surface wear. Apparently had some issue, elevates the reflector approximately half a degree. That shift changes like the light concentration and puts it above the limits.
Yeah, I just wondered how they would flag.
So in here it says Koito Manufacturing reported to Suzuki Motor Corporation that certain headlamps produced did not meet photometric requirements specified in Federal Motor Vehicle. Oh, I forget what this acronym is. FMVSS. It's Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards, maybe. Part 108. And then Suzuki went forth, double checking, etc. Right? So I think it may have just been the like third party manufacturer that prompted it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know any motorcyclist ever that was like, yeah, I think my lights are too bright.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how did they decide? How did they realize that 5 years later on some of these, they're like, oh, wait a minute, it's kind of bright.
Yeah. Well, and it's only too bright because the reflector shifted a half of a degree. And I think it's specifically just on the high beams, but they think it's a little over 1,500 bikes potentially involved with the estimated percentage of defects about 50%. So if you have a Katana.
So there's no way of knowing if your headlight is actually too bright.
Well, you go put your VIN in.
Oh.
And then
I guess
it'll say you're affected by recall, you're not affected by recall.
Here's a new light bulb.
Yep, pretty much. I don't know what their corrective action is right now, but probably that. Throat is a little dry. Onward to news.
Perhaps your new concoction is not giving you the
correct lubrication, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that puree is getting lodged in your throat.
Maybe.
Time for a more slippery drink next time.
Or I'm talking too much.
Yeah,
maybe that's how we figure out that you need to talk more.
These stories aren't very interesting today.
That's fine. More confirmation that the Himalayan twin is on the way. Motorcycle News, motorcyclenews.com, got some exclusive details.
Do you think the license plate Himmy is available?
I have no idea.
Depends
on what state. Right?
Oh, there you
go. But so they had an interview with Mark Wells. Mark Wells does design. I don't remember his exact title. It's pretty high up at Row Enfield. Pretty cool guy to follow on Instagram. Some great quotes out of the article from the interview from Mark Wells. We had, whenever we talk to customers, whenever I do any type of consumer research, the Himalayan twin is everything. We also had from him, for us to be out testing a bike in the Himalayas, like you've seen in the pictures, it has to have a certain maturity. We're well into the process. I'm not giving you a date, but it's more than an early prototype. We're moving towards production.
But how long do you think it takes to produce it? Still like 6 to 8 months?
I think they'll probably, end of this year, beginning of next year for India and the rest of the world, which means end of 2026. Like, we're just now starting to get the Gorilla 450 in the U.S. It's still
launch?
About an 8-month delay. So
at least a full year before it's even possibly in the States.
Yeah. Steve Everett, lead designer at Royal Enfield, also, we had, this is where everyone's assuming it's actually going to be a 750 twin, not a 650 twin. He was quoted with, it's a development of the engine in the 650. Extremely similar, but makes more power. It's tuned for its job with a larger bore and stroke.
So it's not the 650.
No, it sounds like they're just increasing the displacement. Same 650 design, most likely. Bored out, longer stroke. QJ Motor has gotten approval for the SRT 400X. So yet another, call it 400 to 450 adventure bike. Interesting design. I kind of want to see the headlights turned on because it's got this weird setup where there's like one smaller light where you would traditionally think the headlight would be, and then like two of them lower than that out further. Besides that, does the things you expect it to do. We don't know a ton right now other than what we've seen from some of the homologation paperwork. But
is it normal for that back tire to be that much smaller?
What do you mean?
Like, what is this considered? A dual sport?
Yeah.
Is the back tire that much smaller all the time?
I don't know. You need to say more words.
Okay. The front tire, big. Back tire, small. Is that normal?
Yeah, but I don't.
Are we looking at the same thing? This?
Yeah, I would not call that back tire small.
Oh, I would. Compared to the front one, it looks small.
I mean, it's a 21-inch front versus an 18 rear.
Okay, I never noticed before.
Yeah. Okay. There's a ton of rubber on the rear. But yes, typically taller, skinny wheel in front, slightly smaller, wider wheel in back, especially for like dirt stuff. Everyone is assuming it's going to be similar to the 450 twin that they've used in other bikes, which means it's going to be, if they keep it the same, about 52 horsepower, which I'm pretty sure will make it the most powerful in this class as of right now. I already mentioned, 21-inch front wheel, 18-inch rear, upside-down forks. Checks the boxes. Don't know price yet. Don't know much other than it's coming. However, Adventure Rider ran with the title for their article, 450 is the new 650. QJ Motor SRT 400X shows a trend in action. Boy, did the comment section decide to spile on that. Now, first off, there was like several, oh darn, guess I'm stuck with my DR. Guess I'll just keep my DR 650. There's so many people in the comments who just want to mention that they have a DR 650 that they're going to stay with instead of buying a new adventure bike. It kind of entertained me. But then we had people starting to complain about using 450 and 650.
I wanted to see how old the person was that wrote this article. They don't have enough information. It screams millennial, though.
If you scroll down, you can click on, he responded to some of them.
Well, I clicked on his name in the in the bio in the beginning. It doesn't have a picture or anything that would allow me to judge.
Okay. But the one commenter put, rap slang / poor grammar seems less than ideal in an article's title. Signed, Emily Post. And then someone responded with, the tizzle is finizzle.
Yep. They've got to be millennials.
Yeah. And then it just devolved into people arguing a bit. I guess it's a good day when that's the worst thing you have happening in your life or the world around you, is that a writer on ADV Writer decided to use the term forfeity. This was a last minute addition to the notes because I almost forgot to put it on here. Then right before we started, I saw breaking news that it made it off the Rubicon Trail. But for almost a week, there's been a Tesla Cybertruck stuck on the Rubicon Trail.
How was it stuck? Did it run out of charge?
Well, multiple reasons. And I should say,
I
think it was on the trail for almost a week, off and on or something. It was actually like stuck for like 4 days on I think it was stuck on Cadillac Hill. So they started with 85% charge. They got down like 5. They went to one of the campgrounds. The generators couldn't charge it. They didn't say exactly how. So the Cybertruck is owned by what is this company's name? I think it's just Cybertruck Co. or something like that. Guy owns a company. They build parts for the Cybertruck. You got to talk for a second.
I'm trying to read the article. I didn't really catch all of it. I could just go through and read it.
Do not do that. I'm sending an email to, I think it's motorcycle.com. I found a YouTube.
Motorcycle.com?
Yeah, because there's a YouTube account that all they're doing is setting an AI voice
to read
to
the
motorcycle.com articles.
Is that
the amount of engagement they have in the comment section is crazy, that people don't realize that it's AI and they're just regurgitating news articles. Because I was listening to it and I'm like, I swear I just heard this exact phrasing somewhere.
That's I don't know if there's
the company is Cybertruck Co.
I don't know if there's legal restrictions around that necessarily.
Republishing someone's copywritten work for profit? Yep.
I guess that's true.
Pretty sure there is. But yeah, Roger Davis of Cybertruck Co. took the Cybertruck out there. They had rock sliders, off-road bumpers, all the fun stuff. However...
Well, apparently a lot of people break down on this trail.
Yeah, the Rubicon Trail is not the easiest trail.
Davis claims they passed a broken-down Suzuki Samurai, 2 Jeep Wranglers, and a Ford Bronco, insisting that his EV wasn't the only rig with casualties from the terrain.
So that was a bit of a clapback from him, because the amount of people that came out and...
took pictures of him?
Well, took pictures of the truck while it was stuck, but also made posts of their claimed experiences of like them being held up by the Cybertruck getting passed by everyone.
But hey, at least it's bulletproof, right?
Ish.
I'm just kidding.
So they bent 4 inner tie rods up front.
Do you think there's any more sort of warranties on it?
On what?
The truck.
The whole thing's modified.
Oh. I knew you said it was like extra stuff, but I didn't assume it was that much.
Yeah, they put a 1-inch lift on it. They put rock sliders on it. It's got front winch mount. Front bumper's been replaced. Rear bumper's been replaced. Like, it's built to be off-roadish. He considers it a light build, meaning they could go crazier, but just the factory steering components were the main Achilles heel of this thing.
Like so a 1-inch lift did anything.
They bent 4 inner tie rod ends up front. They broke or damaged 2 rear tie rods. One was bent. The other suffered a sheared M14 bolt. Rear CV axle ended up dying on Cadillac Hill. And then the other thing that did them in was a steering rack. So they basically drug it out of the way and like tied it to a tree on Cadillac Hill and left it there until they could come back with a new steering rack and new axle and drive it out. So they did make it out.
We likely won't be back anytime soon. Yeah, that sounds wise. Can you imagine? I just cannot wrap my head around someone who'd want to take a vehicle out that costs that much and then have to pay for the repairs.
Yeah, I mean, when your whole business is centered around that vehicle, you'd probably do it. It's pretty good publicity.
Well, if it doesn't go well.
Well, correct. If it doesn't go well, not so much. If I was him, I would assume I would do it again pretty rapidly and not leave the truck stuck for 4 days this time. Other articles had mentioned like how much support there was. I think there was a 4-door Wrangler that was with him. Someone at one point claimed that Wrangler had a generator with it. I don't know how much of that was true, but part of me enjoys seeing people make EVs do things that are not really known at being good for yet. Then the other part of me is just not a huge Cybertruck fan. So
no, I just get. I mean, we know people with them. The general stereotype is not great in my head, which hopefully someday it will not be that.
Yeah.
I don't wish that for those people. It's just been an unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just weird too. I guess it's still culture shock to me that people just don't drive their cars. It just kind of gives me the ick because this guy's like, haha, it drove all itself. And I just sat, it was used full self-driving on the way home while I read the comments on Facebook and Reddit. I don't know. It just gives me bad vibes to think people are just sitting in self-driving cars being schmucky.
Yeah. My main issue with the Cybertruck is just the deviations from the concept. Just the aesthetic changes that were made.
I think it's just a very large, a very external display of income that I'm not a huge fan of.
I disagree.
Okay.
You think it's a display of income?
Well, it costs almost as much as our house.
Yeah, but so does like a Hummer EV, so does like...
I know, but those...
Koenigsegg, who's multiples of our houses, McLaren's are multiples of our houses.
How often do you see those in the Midwest?
Hummer EVs? There's a dealership a mile from us that sold about 20 of them this year.
Oh, well, I've not seen them out on the road. I've compartmentalized that.
There's like 3 of them around here locally.
Okay, well, I don't feel like I've seen them, and I can compartmentalize a little better because, I don't know, the Cybertrucks just stick out so much.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I disagree on that.
Okay.
People can buy whatever they want.
Well, I'm not saying they can't.
I don't look at that and go, that person wants to show off they have a bunch of money, because if they did, they wouldn't buy a Cybertruck.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I was trying to pick a vehicle to be like, I want everyone to know how rich I am, I would not buy a Cybertruck. It is nowhere near expensive enough to be that vehicle.
I suppose. I guess I just don't like attention, and so...
It's slightly more than some Toyota Sequoias.
Okay.
Right. Kawasaki is bringing back the Ninja 300. Apparently. I feel we're stuck in this weird loop where manufacturers slowly increase the displacement of bikes until they've increased enough that they have to reintroduce a smaller displacement bike underneath them. Because we had the Ninja 250. Then we had, the 600, 636, 900 for a while. Then everything kind of ratcheted up. And then we were 400, 600, 650, 1,000, and 14. And now the 400's become a 500, even though it's really a 450. So now we have this gap underneath it, and we have to bring a 300 back to fill it. It just feels like a weird loop, right?
Well, didn't cars do that too? They got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then gas prices went up, and then they started making them small again.
Yeah, but it's not like they're making the 300 again because gas prices are going up.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's like a life cycle too.
Sure.
I mean, there's trends.
Yeah. The 300, though, is going to be, according to motorcycle.com, who went through what do they call them? Executive orders from California. So manufacturers to sell in California have to go through the California Air Resource Board, and all of the approval letters are searchable. But it sounds like the new Ninja 300 is going to use the exact same engine that it used in 2017, which is kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Apparently, they never stopped selling the 300 other places. They just stopped selling it in the U.S. But compared to the Versus 300, which has like an updated 300 from Kawasaki, the Versus only has one, so a single 3-way catalytic converter. The Ninja 300 is going to have 3 of them.
3 catalytic converters?
Yes, 3-way catalytic converters.
Are those accessible for theft?
Yeah, it's a motorcycle. The whole thing's accessible for the theft.
Huh.
That's a good question. I wonder. I've never really thought about it.
People steal them off of Ninjas?
Yeah. People steal bike cats?
I know people steal bikes. Like, I feel like everyone I've ever known with a Ninja had it stolen.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if, stealing catalytic converters off of cars or trucks is one thing, because it's easier just to take the cat. With the bike, it's arguably less work to just put the kickstand up and roll the bike away, right?
Yeah. How are they heavy? Can you roll it up a ramp?
Ninja 300?
Yeah.
It's a pretty small bike. Yeah.
I don't know that I've really thought much about the size of them.
Yeah. I've never really thought about people stealing motorcycle catalytic converters.
I wonder what they're worth.
There's a research topic for the next podcast.
Have fun.
Yeah.
I'll await your results.
Yeah. Buell put out a press release.
Didn't they have e-bikes or something they were working on?
Oh, I don't know. Probably.
I thought that was one of the early podcasts.
Oh, Eric Buell went to a company called Fuel, and they're doing electric motorcycles.
I remember that.
And e-bikes.
Okay.
No, the Buell that does not involve Eric Buell put out a press release that the Buell Super Cruiser is beginning its final multi-week stress test. Sure. It just feels like another, it's almost here.
Well, it's the beginning of a multi-week. So it's just the beginning of the end.
Yeah, but we've been teasing this bike for 2 years now.
Oh. So that means a few weeks is a few more months at least.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm ready to say I was wrong, but it sure doesn't feel like it's actually going to be here anytime soon.
These pictures aren't working. Did you try clicking the pictures at the bottom?
What pictures? No.
Okay.
No. It's the same Super Cruiser that I didn't look at the pictures.
Okay.
I was more focused on the fact that they're saying it is the final multi-week test, and I just don't think it matters. I don't think we're going to see the bike. I would really be shocked if we saw it before the end of the year. And I'm not even confident we're going to see it next year.
Okay.
But I'm ready to be wrong. Moto America is going to Mid-Ohio this weekend.
Yep.
So if you did not get enough Mid-Ohio for vintage days, you can go back this weekend, the 15th through the 17th. We might. Maybe.
Still thinking about it? We should see what the weather's going to be.
Yeah, I haven't decided yet.
Not that the weather is ever accurate, but it's worth entertaining.
Yeah.
It is going to be 40% chance of storms, high of 86.
Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe not.
Well, it'll change.
Yeah, we'll see. And then the last one here, the bit of weird news. I figured you might appreciate this. Did you look at it?
I did.
What do you think?
Is that off a bike?
Yes. So what we were talking about.
I just gave a model and a bunch of numbers, and I didn't Google what it was.
So BMW Motorrad has teamed up with the ECM manufacturer to produce a high-end super limited edition R18 espresso machine. And basically they took the jugs and the majority of the engine case and then converted it into an espresso machine. So if you're looking at the picture and you see the wings coming out the kind of left and right where the pressure gauges are, those are the cylinders from the BMW R18 motorcycle. And the pressure gauges are sitting where either, I don't know which orientation we're at, either the intake or the exhaust ports would be.
I mean, that's a pretty cool little piece.
Is it $9,000 cool?
I mean, I guess it depends on how much money you have in the bank.
This arguably is a better display of wealth than a Cybertruck. Yeah.
I mean,
it's cool. I don't know that it's $9,000 cool, even if funds were.
I don't know. If I had like millions of dollars and I had a cool office, like this showroom or whatever this photo is in has a bike sitting in it. It could be someone's office. And think about it. Espresso machines cost this much, like a commercial espresso machine anyways. Yeah, if you had a showroom, you could write it off.
But do you think this is as good as a $9,000 espresso machine that's not made out of motorcycle parts?
Part of me hopes so, just because it's industrial to take like the pressure and stuff. It should never break, right?
Well, all they're using is like, it's all, I'm sure, again, I guess I could be wrong, but I'm sure they've basically just taken an off-the-shelf espresso machine and like deconstructed it and somehow fit it inside these components, right?
Yeah, I don't know. They'll sell out probably. What they say they were making, like 80 of them?
Yeah, they're only making 80. So
did you see how much it weighs?
Don't walk. No, how much does it weigh?
141 pounds.
Holy smokes. Yeah. Better make sure your little coffee stand is beefed up for that.
You and your furniture dolly.
Yeah, no kidding. 141 pounds. Wow. No, I missed that. Yeah, I know, especially if it weighs 141 pounds, like, those probably are real engine jugs. So what's the cost of the jugs? What's the cost of the engine case?
A lot of it's probably labor.
Subtract that out of the $9,000, right? So now are you paying $9,000 for like a $5,000 espresso machine?
Well, like I said, you have the labor. I think they have to be like manually built.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then there's all of the modifications probably have more into it than the cost of the parts themselves.
Yeah, so you're paying $9,000 for a $2,000 espresso machine?
How much is... there's a cost for novelty. Yeah. How much is the bike that the engine is taken off of?
Let's see, what is the cheapest version of the R18 right now? Oh,
there's a link.
$15,395. So more than half. Oh no, that's as shown. There might be a cheaper.
You know, it would be this was probably a bad idea. If like you crashed a bike, you could like donate it use the parts to make into something. Yeah. But
$14,995.
Quite a bit, but like most of it's probably in labor.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of wild, though. It's more than half the cost of the bike.
I mean, think about it this way. Some people take that much money home in a week. So if it was a week's paycheck, would you see the value in it?
No.
Okay. But what things have you bought with like a week's paycheck that other people wouldn't see the value in as well? You know? It's all relative. I'm just saying that if you break it down to like I said, like a week's paycheck, some people take that home. Those are going to be the people that are buying it.
Well, I hope someone's really happy with your R18 espresso machine. If you ever happen to listen to this podcast, please let me know if you think it is as good of quality as a non-R18 themed $9,000 espresso machine.
And if you invite us, maybe we should figure out who has... Oh, hit the mic. We should see if we can find a way on Instagram to see if anyone's tagged it. I wonder if they're already out. And then we can find someone who has one. If it's in a showroom, we go get some. And we be the judge.
That's an interesting approach. I'm trying to see because...
That's how I find a lot of things. Is seeing what... If I want like a coupon code or a discount code for like fitness apparel or protein powder or something, you go to the manufacturer's website and you see who's tagged. And then you start skimming the tag posts to see who they've endorsed.
So the company that makes this is out of Germany. And they're only selling it through...
Well, there's BMW, so...
Well, sure. But they're only selling it through... So ECM Manufacturer is the company. They are only selling it through their ECM exclusive line dealers. So now the question is, how many of those exist outside of Germany?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, they even come to the States.
Yeah.
I don't know what freight is on that thing.
Well...
I don't know if that's before or after tariff.
Oh, yeah, there's probably a tariff on top of it. Yeah.
At least if you order it this weekend, you might get it tax-free.
No, it's over $500.
Oh, just kidding.
Yeah, and that's only Ohio, but...
never mind.
Yeah. Okay, well... I'm out of stuff. You got anything?
Nope.
Okay.
I think my voice is a little squeaky, too.
Yeah. My throat is finally recovering.
Oh, just in time.
I don't know if it was this drink or what.
I think I growled the other day when I was deadlifting.
You growled?
Whatever that is.
More like a grunt.
Yeah, I don't usually make noises, but it was really heavy.
Yeah. How's it going?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I'm strong now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you deadlift?
320.
Dang.
With bands holding it down, so it was probably like the higher you lift it, the heavier it gets because, the band resistance increases. Mm-hmm. So it was 320 with resistance.
Dang.
That's like a 10-pound. I guess you could say only a 10-pound PR from when I started a few months ago with the new training. But a 10-pound PR in a couple of months is a lot more than probably the couple of years. It would take me a couple of years to get the same amount.
Yeah.
But
making progress.
Yeah, I benched my body weight the other day.
You did?
Yeah. Well, more than actually.
Yeah.
Yesterday I hit a new high of 160.
Oh, you did do 160? Why didn't you tell me this?
Because
I'm
tired
and be excited about your thing.
No, I just feel weird talking about it. I feel like other people just don't care. Like it's something like I use as my own excitement, but I just assume other people don't care. So I keep it within my circle.
I think you're wrong.
Well, a lot of people don't know. Like if you went over and you were like, guess what? I just did 55 on a 125. Like, and you were like really proud of some speed. Like, there's nothing like, I can't put that in context. I don't know what that means. Like, I just assume most people don't care. Same as like a lot of the gym people I go with. A lot of the really serious people upload videos of them lifting. Mm-hmm. And I get it if you're working with like a remote coach. I just can't get into watching the videos. I watch girls. I don't watch guys. Yeah. For some reason, watching guys is, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a horrible person and I'm biased, but I feel like guys do it for their ego and usually women do it to help people. I don't know. I just don't like it. Personal preference. I don't like to watch guys lifting. So I'm just like, I don't go out of my way to tell anybody I go to the gym 4 times a week because they don't care.
The way you talk about, like, just assuming no one cares about your triumphs is in line with, I think I've told you this before. I had a teacher in high school, it's also one of my football coaches. He would always say, 90% of people don't care about your problems and the other 10% are glad you have them. Which is kind of an awful outlook on life.
I can see that. Because it goes along with people want to see you get ahead, but not get ahead of them. So it humanizes you.
But there are plenty of people that will cheer you on from the, the sidelines.
Yeah, but there's also people that fake cheer you on and don't really care. And I'd rather just naturally find the people that are interested instead of...
Yeah, but you never will if you don't tell people what you're doing.
No,
right?
People know, I think.
I didn't know you did 160 until literally this podcast.
Surprise.
Yeah.
But it was a different bar. I don't really know if that's like relative to like, oh, maybe it wasn't as exciting as I thought it was, but
still exciting.
I was only like 10 pounds away from the girl who has done bench only training. Mm-hmm. So she only has to focus on the one lift and she has records.
Dang.
So
yeah,
I'm gaining on her, but I'm also like one of the youngest females. No, that's not true. But like within the people that aren't kids, there is a younger girl or two that's going to be competing. But within the girls that I've been doing kind of the same class with, I'm the youngest. Mm-hmm. So naturally, like I feel like my body's just going to like grow muscle and rebound better just based on like hormones and genetics and stuff. So I try to stay humble because obviously we're all struggling with something. So I don't go around flaunting it.
Yeah. Well, there's everyone's
I do it for me.
This week in powerlifting.
No.
I think we should do it every week.
Nobody wants to know. Nobody cares.
I do.
Okay. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
I'm going to go to bed.
Okay. Sounds good. That's a podcast. See you guys next week.
Bye.